Alright, hello everyone, my name is Jeremiah Mail, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, uh, from the previous episode, I decided to bring all my tools up to the shop after I had actually gone and did all the fields. So all the fields are sown. Field number 15 has been harvested. I have not sold all of the wheat from that field, but I did sell all the other crops and what was actually in the silo to begin with. And we're going to go ahead and sell the rest of that wheat in this episode, just so I can show you how this works. Which, I mean, it's not hard. You just collect it and you take it to the proper location and you drop it in. But anyway, so in this episode, we're going to sell the very little machinery we have and buy some newer and cheaper machinery. Or cheaper in the sense of I don't have to pay thousands of dollars every single day for it. So, as you can see, we get $20,000 for it. If we sell it here, if we go into the garage to the shop menu, I'd only be getting $17,000 for it. Oh, pardon me. Alright, there we go. So, sold. And we sell that. Now, as I said before, it's not a whole lot, but it definitely makes a difference. Hopefully my coughing isn't going to be so bad today. Also, between episodes, I think I did one job. I honestly can't remember because that was yesterday. So, also though, I made a testing world so I can test out any of the game mechanics that I had not been previously familiar with, such as animals, husbandry with sheep and cows and stuff, and well, that went kinda well. Alright, so here is the last two tipperfuls of wheat. We're not going to come back for a third with that extra 1,000 liters of wheat. We're going to leave that in there and just add that to the next time we harvest that crop. So, let me make sure I'm correct. The highest place buy-in is at the right agribusiness. Okay, that is up in the top left. Sorry, my brain's kind of just thinking, which one's left, which one's right? Okay, so I'm probably going to go ahead and skip past all of this. This is honestly my least favorite part about having to ship stuff up here, is because of this giant hill. It just makes, I think, everything slightly more difficult, especially if you have a tractor that barely fits the criteria for the tipper that it's currently using. I wouldn't use any tipper bigger for this unless if I'm not going to ever be coming up this way. And the same thing with Mary's farm. It's also very uphill. And here we are. Time to sell. Now, of course, it's not going to be a lot, but it's money. About $6,000, so not too bad. I like it. Now, time to go back and do the second load. Alright, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think I've decided that I want to kind of play this game in a realistic sense. So when I'm on any major roads, I will use my indicators. I won't drive over the fields. I mean, sometimes I'll forget, so if I do that, then you can butcher me alive in the comments. Alright, we are almost there. Then we'll collect this last bit, and I'll probably just skip this part. I've decided to do the fast forward version in the previous thing, then add the music to it, but this, I don't know, just doing that too much. I definitely don't think that would make it much more entertaining. I mean, I'd get sick of it. Right, the last bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm kind of having a debate with myself if I should either reset the tractor and the tipper, which would basically just take it back to the shop, or if I should drive it down myself as a hint of realism. I'm thinking I might do the hint of realism here and just drive it down to the shop. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just means either I'll do another speed up, or I'll just cut it out entirely. But I mean, if I really wanted to, I could probably just skip that entire driving process by teleporting it or resetting it. You know what? I'll drive it. Screw it. I mean, I don't mind. I'll keep it in third person so it'll be slightly more entertaining. Cause I don't know about you guys, but I definitely think that's a lot better here. Alright, here we are. And I definitely disregarded all traffic laws, I think. Anyway, we're at the shop. Didn't teleport it, or reset it. I keep thinking teleporting because it technically does teleport it. Alright, now, goodbye, expensive piece of trash. Ooh, shit, nah. I was considering keeping the tipper, but I realized that the harvester that I'm getting holds more than 8,000. I think it's just slightly over 8,000. So I think I'm going to go with the HKD 302. I'm not changing anything with this. I'll just... there we go. Purchase of that. Alright, so, now I know what you guys are probably thinking. Jeremiah, how come don't you pay off your loan? Well, I could, but at the same time, I don't want to I don't want to pay off all that loan, because then I might not be able to pay for all of my tools. So at the end of purchasing all the tools that I need, then I'll go ahead and pay back some of that loan with having at least $2,000 extra, not $2,000, $20,000 extra, just as a security blanket. Here we go. So we're gonna buy, I'd say, three of the, I think they're the 1500s. Yep, the TVO. One. This is gonna. The loading process is taking a second. Ooh, I think I just had a small heart attack. I hope I don't have to get another loan. Ooh. I mean, they're cheaper in the long run, so I think they're definitely worth it. Cultivator. Let's check. I can decide. Okay, I know where. Okay, this cultivator, it has a width of 5 meters and doesn't require high power, so I can just go ahead and purchase that because it's big and it's inexpensive, very inexpensive actually. And we'll go ahead and buy the same brand, Massey Ferguson sower. We'll go ahead and purchase that, and there we go. Now we have two inexpensive but also very, very effective, very efficient tools. Now, the thing that I wish I had known when I had first played the game, which was a long time ago, I think back when I played 15, that fertilizer helps so much. So we'll go ahead and purchase these, which, of course, I'll show you how they work. I mean, there's not much to them. They just spread out and they spray fertilizer on your fields, and once you do that 3 times, then bingo, you're ready to go. And, I think I have to take out another loan. I have to take out more of a loan. I have to have at least, I think, 70,000 for the new harvester. I mean, it's kind of a stupid move, but if I do any jobs, then perhaps I can make a little extra money and pay off that loan. Here we go. Man, I don't like the prices, but at the same time, I mean, there's not much I can do. There we go. Okay, so here's all of our new stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take my pickup out and do some jobs, just because I feel kind of uncomfortable and kind of scared that I'm gonna go in the, like, even more debt because I have no money and I don't want to keep taking out a bank loan. I was going to actually do a lot of jobs between the episodes so I can make a lot of the extra money, but I was thinking that might not be the best thing, just because it kind of excludes you out, and what's the point of having a series if you're not seeing where all that money's coming from? Unless if I do a fast forward thing, or if I do some of them during the episodes. So yeah, we haven't done any missions, I don't think, so we'll go ahead and work this guy's field. We'll spread fertilizer. Sorry, can't speak. Starting to lose my speech again. Okay, there we go. Let's get that arm out of the way so that we can put the fertilizer, or I think this is this is either manure or slurry. There we go. I don't even know what the tractor is for. It's just a very odd tractor. I don't know. I definitely don't like the look of it, with that thing that is just kind of sticking out like that. Here. Well, I think we did something. Well, whatever we did. It's odd. And speed up mode activate. Alright, so as you see, this is one of those cases where I hadn't actually gotten enough of the field, so now I have to kind of go around and get some of that extra stuff along the corners that I obviously hadn't gotten, either because I turned too early, or I just missed an entire part. We should be finishing up after this little piece right here. No? Alright, definitely here. Yes. Alright, good. Now we have 13,000. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just do all the jobs for this field and go ahead and just skip in, like, I'm not even gonna fast forward. We're just gonna skip from now until I get this entire guy's field done, and I'll probably have, let's say, 25,000. That's my bet right there. Yeah, that's my bet. Alright guys, okay, so I'm back, after not only doing the field, but also taking kind of a long break and editing everything that I had just done, just to make sure I am able to edit and make sure the recordings are still good, because I don't want to keep recording if I'm not going to actually do anything. So yeah, I got actually a lot more than I thought. I think last time I thought 25,000. I mean, it would have only been a few seconds for you, but it's been like 3 hours since I recorded that piece. So honestly, I can't tell you. Alright, so here's our prepared fields. I'm going to go ahead and park our car. Then we're going to teleport over to the shop, because we're going to have to drive all of our machines over. Actually, let me go ahead and get a picture for my thumbnail. I don't know if I want to get a picture of the tractors or if I want to get a picture of the harvester. I honestly don't know. I mean, I could do anything. I could do this. Heck, I really don't know. The header's going to move with us. No? Yeah, kinda. Okay. How about this? I connect all of my stuff to my tractors, and I bring it all out to the road. Then I stand on top of the harvester to capture the image of all the other stuff. I know this is kind of silly. I should technically be playing the game, but honestly, at this point, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun. And plus, they'll need to get out to the road anyway, because they're all heading the same direction. I wish they had an auto drive thing where it's like, you drive one tractor, and then there's another tractor that will follow you behind. There we go. And we can stop that there. Switch tractors. This one is picking up the sower. I'm going to just leave the fertilizer tools there. I might get a cheap tractor for those, or I just might use them only when we are actually done preparing fields. In this episode, you'll see the beginning of you'll see the beginning process of how I actually play the game by myself, which is just usually I grow crops, collect them, and sell them. And I guess that's technically what most of the game is. But I mean, you could go into logging. I mean, I'm not much of a logging person, so I mean, I've never done it. I think I might have done it once or twice, but it's not really my thing. So, how about we back this up? Sorry, it's like I'm a photographer in for video games. I bet that's a real profession. Okay. Oh no. Well, this should be our thumbnail now. Sorry, just had to make sure that was right. Yep. Now let's go. Alright, as we're driving our stuff up, we might as well speed up time just so we can get crops going. Oh. Was it already going fast? I have no idea. Anywho, so yeah, this will take a minute. I'll probably cut a lot of this out as well. Okay, so we have our harvester. Here, we're going to just park this under here, because I don't feel like driving it all the way down there. Our crop is growing, and about now, there you go. That shows us our money that is taking every day. Our loan interest, which isn't actually too bad. Our vehicle running cost, which isn't too bad now since I bought the new vehicles. And property maintenance, which I think is if you have any special buildings, such as that canopy. And I'll have to make a second trip with the other tractor to get my fertilizer sprayer. Too bad, car. Okay, good. Our crop is officially ready. Since we have the harvester already down there, I'm going to go ahead and start running that harvester. Just because I don't really have any reason to wait. I stopped time. It's going to change to the 6 here in a second, and everything should move on. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. I'm still really awkward at this recording thing. But hey, I'm trying. Okay, so now we're at the farm. I'm going to go ahead and fill up my sower, then I'll switch to my harvester, and we'll go ahead and start running it. I usually always go for field 15 first because it's the smallest, then go up to 14, then the 12. Just because they're in order map-wise if we start from the bottom. There we go. Now, they're gonna start working. Hopefully dropping. Yep, this. I still don't have a baler. I'm considering actually renting, leasing one. Let me check real quick. Baling technology. I want to find a cheap one, but I also don't want to waste my money. I don't want to be where the bales are so small that they're not really worth it, like this. This is very cheap, but the bales are so small that it's not really worth it. So I'm gonna just look for another second. Is this square bales or round bales? Oh no, is it's cheaper, but it's one or the other. One does round bales, and the other one does square. And what's so special about that is that I have to pick up the round bales in a special, on a special trailer, and with special tools. Why if I have square bales or rectangle bales, I can collect them in this, and that automatically does it. So now I just got to figure out if it's a square baler or if it's a round baler. It's one of these two, and I think it's the cheaper one because usually round bales are worth more. So logic would dictate that since you're going to make more money off the round ones anyway, that you might as well just pay just a little bit more. Don't swear. I'm not gonna swear to it, so don't hold me accountable. I think this one too, the Massey Ferguson. Possibly. See, with all this baling technology, it doesn't really tell you what kind of baler it is. It just says, here, this spits out bales for you to pick up. Now, I'm not going to tell you whether they're square or not. You have to look at the back. And if I'm correct, if I'm looking at the back of this one, the 12080, I think that is a square baler dropper. Well, we're going to go ahead and lease it for $960. And we're going to go ahead and check that out. Alright, we're at the shop. I'm going to go over here and look. It's real easy to know if it's a square baler or round baler by the back of it, because the round balers usually have to be stopped to actually drop them out, while the square ones, just like this one is, usually has to have it pushed out like this and it drops down. So this is obviously a square baler, and I like that. Now, it's cheap. I'm leasing it. I could have bought it, but I wanted to be safe and make sure. I wanted to make sure I'm not going to waste $12,000 for something that I can't use. Now I have to buy the trailer for it, or the transport thing, which is a lot of money. I'm gonna see how much I can lease it for $500. I mean $5,000. Oof. I might, because obviously I have enough, and for how often I'll use it, it'll be worth it in the end, because I think I did the math, and I think I'm going to get probably about as much money from the bales as I would from the actual harvest that the harvester collects. So I'm going to go ahead and also buy this. Now, if I really wanted to, I could buy one more tractor. Am I? Probably not. Alright, he's full. He's been full. I'm gonna just move him over here. I'm gonna keep that for anything that isn't like tractor related. I'm gonna use this for my tractors and my tools. So although I don't have animals, baling is a good source of income, along with doing the actual harvest, the actual fruit type. We're probably going to have to start using our tipper right away. I think he's probably going to need to be emptied here in a sec. Nope, I was completely wrong. He's going to be able to take this entire field without a problem. Alright. Do I need the cultivator right now? Technically, I don't need I need the cultivator soon once I collect that straw. So I'm going to go ahead and use my sower tractor to do the bale collecting. And now don't forget, this is just a very small farming operation. So eventually I'll probably have more tractors, and I'll have more and probably better tools and more land, and it'll be all good. Alright, there we go. We got our baler, and this thing's a lot bigger than I actually thought. Who would have knew? Now, if we unfold this, it'll be ready to pick up the hay or straw and spit it right out. And this also works with grass as well. I can sell grass. I don't know if there's a price difference, but I do know that grass, I think, isn't exactly worth it, because I would have to buy a whole nother set of tools for that job. I'd have to buy a mower. I would also have to purchase I think it's a windrower. It's a windrower or tedders, which one of those spins all the grass that was cut into neat rows for the baler to actually pick up. It makes it a lot easier. Now, of course, with the mods, there's probably something cheap out there, but I'm not really wanting to waste what I have right now. I mean, you know, let's make a little bit of money before we start trying to do stuff that we're unfamiliar with. Go. Lower and turn on. And it's gonna pick these up, and here in a minute it's gonna spit it out. Well, actually, it's going to fill up once with one bale, then as the next bale is being picked up and put together, this one will start getting pushed out. Okay, so the first one isn't completely done, but it'll be done, but it won't come out yet. Unless if this one works different from the basic one. Okay. Yep, nope. Just like I suspected. As soon as that second one is ready, this one should come out. Perhaps. Could be wrong. Again. I don't think I actually used 3 times the fertilizer. Let me get rid of that. Get rid of plowing. Nope, I didn't. Also, in the next episode, I'm gonna be plowing. So instead of actually using that cultivator, I'll be using the plow. I'll be purchasing a cheap plow so I can get that, I think, extra 10%. Because when you don't plow, I think you lose 10%. I mean, I don't know if it's you lose 10% or you just lose that 10% of extra profit that you could have made. But I definitely think that it's worth it when you plow. Alright. He just spat out. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this while my harvester guy over there is doing this job. I'm watching that harvester, and it's gonna become full just right before the end of the actual field. I'm watching it, and just about a minute and a half ago, it popped up with the 80% warning, so I think it's like almost done. I'm just waiting for the annoyance of it being like just maybe a foot away. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually start heading up this way, because we're gonna need it. It's gonna get full anyway. Actually, if I can get under the pipe before it stops, never mind. I was gonna say, if I can get under that pipe before it stops, then perhaps then it won't stop, and I won't. Then there won't be time lost. I mean, it's not a lot of time lost, but I mean, time is time. So. Okay. Now here's our bales. He's going to do this last row. I'm going to move him over to that field, and he's going to start working on that field, and I'm going to continue working on this one. Actually, since I am able to now, I'm going to go ahead and start cultivating as well. I was thinking of putting on the Seasons mod, which is actually a mod that allows seasons and a whole year to go by, but it's not put into a whole year of 365. You can set it to, let's say, 12 days a season, and you can set the time. It's kind of a unique concept. I mean, I like it, but it was never really perfect, and it was really never exactly finished. Perhaps they will add it in the next installment of FS, which would be FS 21. I'm gonna actually go get the bale collector because it's still down at the shop, and I need it before I start running that cultivator, because the cultivator will just scatter all those bales around. It won't actually destroy them, which is good, but at the same time I would rather pick them up in their relative rows than instead of it being scattered across the field or on the edges of the field. Oh yeah, also, while I'm doing these videos, I'm also writing down some of the prices and some of the money I make from each crop, and actually see how much money I'm making from, say, selling my bales. Because I think, like I said last time, I'm making probably a few $1,000s, which is probably about as equal to the actual profit of the harvest. Here we go. Now, I just drive up to it, and it automatically picks it up, puts it in. Drive up, stop, it picks it up and puts it in. Now, this thing isn't too keen on sharp turns, so I have to do sometimes a lot of backing up if I don't have it right the first time. So, there. Now we should be able to drive in a straight line. Yep. And I'll probably do the rest of this off camera. Now, don't want to do what I did at the earlier, so I'm gonna unload here and not get it stuck inside the barn. I'm so waiting for myself to actually not unmute my mic and just talk for nothing. Okay, there we go. $400 per bale. Let's check how much we just made off of those bales. $5,000 just off of that single field right there. Now, I wonder how much money I would make if I was to sell what I had on that field. We're about to find out. What I have in my tipper right now is how much money I have. Let me restart that. How much I have in the tipper is how much was on that field. I hadn't emptied my tipper yet. So let me get my calculator, because I'm a cheat and suck at math. Alright. Okay. I'm going to pull up my calculator and check my prices. And it is the highest price right now is at Denton Bakery, which is $754 per liter. So for every 1,000, it's 1. Then anything after that would be point. So that's 8 8.612. Ah, crap. Sorry. I'm acting kind of stupid right now. There we go. Now, let's check. 754. Okay. I'm getting $6,000 from that field. Then, with the bales, I am now making 5,000. So I am making almost double my profit. So, that's good. With grass, you would only be selling bales, and with canola, sunflower, or soy, you'd only be selling the crop. But with wheat and canola, you would be with wheat and barley, my bad, you would be selling the crop and the stuff that the harvester poops out. Let's check how full our harvester is. Alright, so I have enough time to run the baler, my chickens, now I'm going to do the same math for that field over there too. I'll probably put it up on screen if I don't actually do it in the video. It'll probably be at the very end if I even do it. Alright, we're going to collect what's in the harvester right now. I just emptied what was in here, although not being a full tipper. I want this tipper now to be dedicated to this field, and I don't want to mix up the amount from the previous field and this field. So in a sense, I mean, I'm doing this, of course, as gameplay, but at the same time, I'm also doing this as I want to see these numbers for future reference. There we go. Now, he should not stop. Now, I'm going to turn down my cruise control so it'll match his. There we go. And we'll collect the crop. I've definitely noticed, though, that I guess the biggest reason why people don't do bales is because it takes a long time and you can't hire a worker to actually do this. So I can see why people wouldn't want to do this, but if you're starting out on a farm and you have mods, then I would definitely recommend doing this if you're trying to make money. If, let's say, you have a big farm, then doing this would be absolutely too much, and it would be a waste of time. So, I wouldn't do it if the farm was so big, and I probably won't do any more baling on camera. And I mean, I would say the same about the rest of this, but what I'll probably do in actual recordings is I'll try new stuff, but of course you'll have to see everything that I do while also doing all this new stuff. It's like, oh cool, we have this, and we have this that we're learning, and it's new, but of course we have to continue maintaining to our fields. So if we're learning about logging, halfway through the video, you just might see me maintaining, collecting crop from a harvester or something. You know, it's just, I really can't avoid it, and it kind of adds length to the video, and I know that sounds bad, but, I mean, I kind of like the longer videos. So, and perhaps, I mean, we may run into a funny moment. I mean, I've had a few in the game, so. And perhaps I'll learn how to talk. And this won't be boring just by watching it and hearing me stutter. It'll actually become interesting because I'll be able to speak well, and you'll hear some good stories. And that's possibly also unlikely. So, yeah. I also think that the bales are definitely really good for paying your workers and for all the extra tools and stuff. So technically, in a sense, you're still, of course, gaining more money, but I would really count the bales as making up for the money that was lost when you paid your workers, and when you had to pay for seed and fertilizer and petrol. Don't make fun of me for saying petrol. Come on, man. Someone's out there bound to do it because I'm American. This tractor goes like so slow after it's had so many bales on it. I mean, can't blame it, but at the same time it just sucks. Oh, I saw one over here. Ah, I did. I wasn't crazy. Or as crazy as I thought it was. Now let's go ahead and sell these. So, on we go. Here, I'm just gonna want you guys to see me sell these ones like the last ones. I'm struggling to keep this tractor going straight. Next thing is buying a tractor that's actually suitable for doing baling stuff. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with this tractor. It's just I gotta be careful. But I would rather get something that's more suitable. So I would say something maybe with a weight. I might actually just buy a weight and see if that works. If it don't, then I'll buy a new tractor. So yeah, here, unload here. Let me check how much money I have now. Okay, now that's about. I think I've gotten about $6,000 from that one, because the last one was about 5,000, or was 5,000. So obviously, since field 14 is bigger, it's going to bring in more profit. Since field 15 is smaller, it's going to bring in less. But I mean, I still like those numbers. It just kind of proves that the baling process is worth it. I almost forgot about the crop that was inside my harvester. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's mine, but that just sounds kind of odd. I mean, it's on mine, in the sense of that I bought it in the game, yeah. Anyway, so I had almost forgotten that there was crop inside the harvester, and I didn't want that going into this field's profit when I add this field's profit up in total. Now, this is 12 point... Oh, it's still adding up. Well, I know it's... Oh, 14, never mind. It's changing. Okay. 14.942 times, and I'm guessing the price is still about the same, $754. So I would get about $11,000. Alright, here's some more bales being sold, and I've definitely noticed that my screen recorder is still going. I'd kind of forgotten, although still recording, so I don't know how I didn't know. But I also consider that it's eating a lot of space up. But yeah, and also we're making a lot of money off of that, off of those bales. So yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and end the video here. Of course, I'm not going to actually edit the video tonight, so I'm probably going to finish up the work that is here in the game, and at the end of the video I'll have a black screen up to let you guys know the actual math, in case if you are curious. Or you could be like me and really not give two craps, but at the same time though, I mean it's like if you're wanting to play, sometimes knowing these things is convenient. Like I wish I knew how profitable the spare stuff that the harvester craps out was. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave the video here. I want to thank you for watching this video. go ahead, like, and subscribe. We still haven't thought of a name for this map yet, so go ahead and leave that down in the description. And thank you for watching. My name is Jeremiah Mail, and I'll see you later.